Certainly not least, Senator Scott Dibble.
Right. Thank you. Let me first start by saying thank you to our party chair, Ken Martin, who's doing an amazing job. I don't know if folks know that Ken is actually on the board of Minnesotans United. The board is the steering committee, represents the coalition of Minnesotans United that has come together. And Ken is putting in a tremendous amount of time, passion, creativity, intelligence. And it's because of leadership like Ken, folks like Ken and his caliber stepping up. We are not going to be the 30th state to pass one of these constitutional amendments. We're going to be the first state to say no. We have to defeat this amendment for key reasons, not the least of which is Minnesota is the state that shows the way. Minnesota is the state where we all invest in each other's success and we welcome everyone's gifts. And we have the opportunity to show the rest of the country the way. Freedom is for everyone. Freedom isn't just for some folks in the Constitution. The Constitution is written for everyone, and we're going to reject this effort to exclude some families from our state's Constitution. And marriage matters like nothing else. Marriage says family like no other thing can. I married my husband 3 years ago in California. He's a legal stranger to me here in Minnesota, and that's just not right. So we have seen an amazing coalition come together, folks shoulder to shoulder who are laser focused on one thing. And these are folks from the DFL, from the Republican Party, Green, from the Independence Party, Labor, sitting next to big business, folks from every corner of the state and every faith tradition have come together to form the most amazing coalition you've ever seen. Folks who are organizing in their own spheres of influences among their friends, their family, their neighbors, their professional organizations, who are having the most crucial conversations they've had, risky conversations they've had in their lives. We know one thing, this is part of my ask to you here tonight. When folks have had a conversation about why marriage matters to them, and they've had a conversation about why someone they know and trust is voting no, they vote against amendments like this 4-1. They don't have that conversation, they vote for these things. It doesn't matter even if they know someone who's gay or lesbian. If they've never had that conversation, that essential conversation, why does marriage matter? Because marriage matters because it says love and commitment and family. It's an opportunity for two loving, committed couples to make that promise of a lifetime commitment in front of their friends and their family and invite them to support that commitment and be held accountable to that commitment that they've made. So my other ask of you is to spend some time. You've heard it before, the call from Ken, from the legislators, from Keith Ellison. The way we're going to win this is by turning out the vote. We have the opportunity to say no because public opinion has moved so far and the enthusiasm and energy on this issue belongs to this. If our folks turn out to vote, if our base turns out to vote, we find those among young people, we find those among people in the core cities and the nearby suburbs, but they have to be told, this is on the amendment, they have to be told to vote no, they have to have those conversations, we have to go knock on every door, doors that we're not accustomed to knocking on. Getting into those apartment buildings, talking to renters, talking to young people, that's hard work, it takes a lot of time, it's going to take every one of us doing that work out in the field. But we're up to it, and we can do it. And of course, this is going to be an extremely expensive proposition, I'm sorry to say. It's going to cost, we've seen the dollars that are coming in to fund the other side. Hundreds of thousands of dollars coming from the Archdiocese of Minneapolis and St. Paul in big chunks. And hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in from out of state through the National Organization for Marriage. And we're raising good money, we're competitive, but the dollars we're going to raise are going to be in tiny little bits from every single one of us. So I have these envelopes, and we'll pass them around. Think about, and this is going to be millions of dollars. This is going to be all of us giving more than we're accustomed to giving in a political year in which candidates are going to be asking for money, and PACs are going to be asking for money. But this is that important. This is about stating. But the paradox of this campaign is it's the opportunity to expand democracy and put a stake in the ground and a line in the sand about what our values are for. But of course, the converse is also true. That Minnesota becomes like every other place. Those are the risks, those are the stakes of what's going on here. And so it's worth us sacrificing some of our time, taking risk in our personal lives, and spending a little bit of our money. But you know what? I'm optimistic. I'm more optimistic than I've ever been. I'm more encouraged, and I'm feeling great. A year ago, I was really depressed. It took me about a month to get out of my depression. But the way this campaign came together, like no other campaign in any other state has come together, the way folks are working as hard as they ever have on anything, I know that Minnesota's up to it. We are at our best when we're under this kind of pressure. So thank you all very much. Thanks to the Senate District, because I know a part of the proceeds from this evening are being donated to Minnesotans United for All Families. So thanks to all of you guys. I'm not in a place where I have to mourn the loss of one of my neighborhoods. I lost a few of my neighborhoods, and I'm very, very upset about that because so many good friends live in those neighborhoods. But I'm thrilled that I'm taking in a part of HPDL and a part of Windham. Anyone from HPDL or Windham here? Welcome to the new Senate District 61. Thrilled to have you. So I used to work in those neighborhoods back when I worked for Councilmember Dora AP. So we'll see you March 24th at the DFL Endorsing Convention over at Washburn. So thank you all very much.